5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're done when I see you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're done when I see you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're done when I see you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're done when I see you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another edition of Nikki B and Friends, also known as the Petty Gang. What up, gang?
What up?
So before we get started, we would just like to say congratulations to E, as he got married last week and he's on his honeymoon and we miss him, but we're so happy for him. So congratulations, E.
Yeah.
Congrats, big homie. For sure.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Yep. And Shannon not here tonight. I don't know where the hell Shannon is.
I don't know. I ain't heard from her.
Me neither. I tried to call, but she didn't answer. So hopefully everything's all right with Shan.
One monkey don't stop no show, so we push record. What up? We got Nene in the building. What up, Nina?
What's going on?
How you been doing?
Doing good. I've been doing good. Well, since I've talked to you, I've moved into a new place. So just settling into my new place and really enjoying my time. So yeah.
How's the weather up there?
The weather is pretty good. It's cooling down, but still pretty warm. Just cooling down for here. About 90s.
Oh, okay. That's still not it. It didn't got kind of cool back up here. So, what's going on with you, Truth? You back at the job? You back punching in?
I am. I'm back to work. I put in my 2-week notice Monday.
You only been 2 weeks. Did they say to you just make today your last day? We'll holler.
No, they actually offered me a raise.
So you saying
they offered me a raise? They did, and actually, I'm still thinking about it because it just happened. I put in my 2-week notice Monday.
Okay, so wait, let me just ask you a few questions. When you put your notice in, do you have another job offer?
I'm already working the other job. I'm just doing it part-time right now. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I move. You feel me?
So with the raise, will you be making more money at the job you're at now or the new job?
No, well, see, here's the thing. At my current, well, I'm hired at both places. So at my
say full-time and part-time.
My full-time job, I make 15.
Don't say what you make. Don't say what you make.
Well, it's 15 grand more.
Okay.
Than the part-time job would be. And then with the raise, it's actually 22 more with the raise offer.
So what is there to think about? You don't like it there?
Well, I'm an entrepreneur, by heart. You know what I mean?
I can't even be serious because I know you, but go ahead, go on and do your thing. Talk your talk. Yeah, okay.
I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan. We have multiple streams of income. You know what I mean?
Multiple.
And, right. And see, my full-time job is more like a 9-to-5, and it sort of restricts me from freelancing on other things I was working on before I even took this job.
Right, because you were doing your consulting thing and all that. So I get what you're saying. You're so busy that you don't have a chance to do your other stuff.
Exactly. And I'm slipping. Like for real. And I like my part-time job because it lets me mingle with celebrities, musicians, athletes. you know, like things I did in Los Angeles, you know, and so to be able to have that opportunity here in the Midwest, I'm just like, man, this is what I'm built for, you know.
Yeah. So then, yeah, go with that. Go where your heart is, because money ain't all, it ain't all about money.
Yeah, it ain't, and it really ain't, and that's why I think I'm gonna give them the cold shoulder at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I'm like, I had to run it by my wife, but she was like, but you know, most people don't get to do what they love to do.
That's true.
They get paid for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make my part-time job full-time, but you know, nonetheless, I had to entertain the offer. But yeah, that's about it. Oh, but I would like to say too, I copped some tickets to the Michigan-Wisconsin football game in Wisconsin this weekend.
Oh, that's what's up.
I'm gonna be there on the 40-yard line in the 12th row. And yeah, we gonna get it. We gonna get it in. But this a big game. I'm super excited because that's one of like my bucket list stadiums. You know,
Okay,
Wisconsin.
nice. Who you going with? You and the wife?
Yeah, for sure. And then you know she's from Wisconsin, so her
even better.
And her mom and all that. So we just gonna make it a whole weekend type situation. You know what I mean? But I'm super excited. I've been trying to get tickets for several years, and I'm glad I never did because we lost every game that we played there.
Okay. So how did you get tickets this time?
It was just meant to be. I just got online and you know, and not only do I have tickets, like I have amazing tickets for visitors.
Yeah, when you said 40-yard line, those are good seats.
Yeah,
those are real good seats.
Yeah, in the 12th row. You know what I mean?
I heard Michigan's doing pretty good this year too.
We are unbeaten right now. We 4-0. We haven't won at Wisconsin since 2001, but they said this is the best team that we done brought into Wisconsin in the last 20 years too.
Okay, so this is gonna be a good little game. The audience should be, the crowd should be hype. Because that's always what makes the game a lot of times, you know, that crowd you around, that energy.
It's going to be electric, and they're going to hate me.
You think it's going to be a lot of Michigan fans there?
I mean, we travel well, but normally they put us in the nosebleed sections, and then they spread us out. So we can't really make a whole lot of noise. You see what I'm saying? They stadium seat 90,000 people, and they wear all red. And I'm wearing yellow. I'm wearing bright yellow. I'm gonna be right there in the thick of things. And I'm like, as long as y'all keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah, it's dangerous to do that now. You know that when they lose, if they lose, they might get mad at you.
That's okay. As long
and you ready for whatever happens after that?
I absolutely am. I done prayed on it. And I just know that the Lord is not gonna put nothing on me too great for me to bear. You understand me? For real. As long as they keep their hands to themselves, we're not gonna have no problems. Good sportsmanship. We came into y'all stadium. We ain't won in 2 decades. We beat y'all ass. I'm finna get on up out of here. Don't touch me. I'm gonna be on Sports Center. Man goes berserk at Camp Randall Stadium.
Berserk.
Make sure you holler around Nikki B and Friends.
Right. So make sure you tune into Nikki B and Friends for my take on it.
When they tell me why I snapped out, I'm saying Nikki B and Friends told me to do it.
Too funny. So
so
what's
the news?
Yeah.
You got some news?
I do have some news. So I got to say what's going on with me first.
Oh, yeah. What's going on, Nikki B?
Same old. Y'all know I had a birthday, so I really had a good birthday. It was a Nikki's favorite, so it was nice. It was actually really, I went to Chicago, where I'm from, and on my way there, I got a little emotional about my daddy because I think it was because my birthday and my daddy not being there. My dad always did good stuff for my birthday. I did much better than I would have did last year, so I'll say that.
That's what's up. Happy belated 29th.
Mm-hmm. So,
did you eat some good food in Chicago?
all my favorites. All I did was eat. I ate all weekend. I'm on a diet now. All weekend I ate. I'm like, this is the last weekend of me just eating. So now I gotta work out and get back.
Chicago will do that to you.
Want it? I had Giordano's and Portillo's together. It was just out of hand, out of control. Which is my favorite papados. I had to have papados. That was so good. So I did all my
You
favorites.
go to Hooters?
No, Red Lobster. I mean, not Red Lobster. Wait, let me see. White Castles. That's what I was gonna say. So all of the Chicago stuff, all Chicago stuff. So
you get laid.
All right. So anyway, what I was gonna say is
this thing got rated R too quick.
Then he already know that I wouldn't even go there. I don't know why he continues to try to see if I'm gonna fall for that or whatever.
He trying to give y'all the Nikki B exclusive.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what he's trying to do.
You ain't get to show your birthday suit.
So anyway, so this is what I've been dealing with. And I want to know if you guys have ever dealt with this before. So it's like you cool with somebody, right? And then you start doing stuff, and then as soon as you do it, then they'll start doing it. And then after a while, you notice, like, wait a minute, I think they trying to copy me or outdo me. You know what I mean? Like, if I got a car, now they want to go and spend more money on the car. I start doing this. I was looking into doing that. Like, what's up with that secret competition mess? Like, I don't like that because most of the time I be winning and I don't even know I'm in competition. Then they be mad at me and I'm winning and I didn't even know it.
Right. Yeah, I've had that before. This guy I was dating, he was sending me flowers every week and I would post them, on my social media. And then all of a sudden, this girl that I was cool with just started posting flowers. Like, you wasn't getting flowers before. Like, now all of a sudden you posting you got flowers. I don't know. But yeah, I've had that where it's like, I don't know, but I feel like I just look at it like it's flattering. Like people
say that, and that's one thing that's a little bit I don't agree with. Like they be saying copycatting or whatever is flattery.
Imitation.
Yeah, imitation is the best form of flattery. And it's not. Get your own damn ideals. Like, I don't like that.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, in hindsight, it actually is. But the issue is a lot of times mugs get creepy with it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I didn't have cats like ask me how I do what I'm doing. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, oh, you're a big dog. How you do what you doing? What are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and then I done had cats come up to me and ask me, do I know they old ladies?
But the bottom line is he say yeah every time. I know he do because he get down like that. You do know they old ladies, don't you?
Nah, I mean, if I didn't, I didn't. But I'm like, some of these cats, like, I don't even know these cats. You know what I mean? But most of that happened like when I lived in the South and when I lived out in Cali. Because cats recognize you got a different swag. Mm-hmm. And you got to understand that most females, regardless of what city they from or where they from, they don't want to date a guy from their city. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of sisters in Cali, they don't want to date no Cali cats. When I lived in Alabama, a lot of sisters that lived in Alabama, they didn't want to date no brothers from Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
I can see that. I can see that.
So when
And
you
be
come
feeling
with
like you know them already or who they run with. Every place that you live seems small, no matter how big it is. It just seems small.
Absolutely.
Like everybody know everybody in the circle. So.
And then down in the South, you ask enough questions, come find out your cousin.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah. Yeah, I'm not for I'm not for. It's one thing if you letting me know it, but that secret competition mess, I'm just not for it. Because then a lot of times people be having an attitude and stuff at you. Be like, dang, what's she going through? And all of along, she mad because she taking score and you win and you don't even know that you in no competition.
I would just rather somebody say, oh, I'm gonna do that too. Like, oh, I like that idea. I'm gonna do that too. And at least they telling you they gonna do it. So when they do it, it's not like, whoa, what are you doing? So
right, yeah, that makes sense. That would make sense.
No,
right.
I mean,
how'd you go about this or whatever? Just no.
I mean, but it's a certain degree of haterism involved. Because the proper etiquette is, like Nene's example, like, dang, I like, I mean, I see you've been getting some flowers, like, a sister feeling some type of way. Would you mind if I post some, some pictures of flowers like I got a boo or something? You know what I mean? Like,
I hate that faking like you got a boo. I know a girl who used to send herself flowers at work and like we all knew they was from her and it'd be like, come on, give me a break. No.
But she might have needed that. But see, you got to look at it for you looking at it for what it is. But at the core, she needed to do that for her.
I'm so glad God choking you up because he didn't even let you get that foolishness out.
Hey, look, because she didn't want to come and shoot the office up. You feel me? because everybody she worked with is booed up. She don't want to be left out. You feel me? So instead of coming in here calling y'all all kinds of, bitches and all that, she just sent herself some flowers. So, and she created the perfect gentleman in her mind. You know what I mean?
You got through that foolishness. God choked you up. You choking and still trying to get it out.
Went through with it.
That's a shame. You ain't obedient enough. You ain't obedient enough to listen.
Right. He should have been like, you know what? Let me just.
He's like, okay, go ahead, y'all. But he gonna shoot up the job. What? Like, come on, dude. He just wanted to get that out. So all right. So this week we're talking about what's in the news. So do y'all want to talk about R. Kelly getting convicted of all charges? And then somebody gonna say they were surprised. And did y'all see the people out there in Chicago protesting?
I believe it. Chicago loved them some R. Kelly.
They was out there playing some music.
They love R. Kelly.
Yeah, that ain't gonna help him though.
It ain't gonna help him, but
it ain't gonna help him. And my thing is, he finna get what he deserves. And I ain't really got to go all into it. But my thing is, bruh, if you want that type of person, you wouldn't have put yourself in that type of position. And that go for anybody. And I don't care because he's black and they say, oh, white people out to get him and all that. They should be. We should be the ones that's out to get him. Like, they had his ex-wife, she was on something yesterday, some morning show interviewing. And I'm like, the only thing that would have made that interview better is if we seen the people come and arrest her while she was on there. Because you got a lot of nerves. As long as you was married to R. Kelly, you knew this mess was going on. Stop trying to act like you the victim and then gonna have the nerve to say, it's about time it happened. You ain't called. Yeah, no, she didn't. And he had a whole lot. He had a entourage full of enablers.
Yeah, and people need to, those people need to get in trouble too, including his sister who molested him. That started all of that mess.
I understand that. I totally agree. I'm like, everybody should fall like dominoes, just like the mugs that ran up in the Capitol, the insurrection. They should just knock them all down. Just bloop, 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 bloop. I wouldn't have no problems with that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't either.
So how y'all feel about still enjoying his songs though? How do you feel about
I've been took him off Pandora. If I hear a song with him in it, I get the thumbs down. And at the end of the day, I'm thinking like, man, I got 2 daughters. And if I gotta sacrifice R. Kelly for one of them, you see what I'm saying? He's gonna lose every time.
Yeah. Period. There was a lot of people on social media arguing.
Yeah, he did. He had some nice hits and all that, something to groove to. You know, one of my children might have been conceived listening to a CD or something. I don't remember. But what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, bro, I can't support this. Period. Because I already know, had I found out, but it could have never been my daughters. Because I know where mine at 10 o'clock.
Because that's why I say some of these parents should be in trouble too.
They should.
A lot of these people said they met him while they were with his parents. He invited them backstage, so their parents let them go backstage to see this grown man. So it should be a whole lot of people going down.
Yeah, after years and years of these rumors, and y'all still letting y'all kids go with R. Kelly. Come on now, y'all knew what time it was.
I agree. They pimped their daughters. They allowed it to happen. Bottom line, because they thought it was something in it for them. That's how it happened.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. When I hear remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen, I sing along. I do, but you know that brother. I'm glad that he served his time.
You know, it is what it is. But see, people gotta realize too that every time his song is played or streamed or uploaded, you know what I mean? Like, he's still getting royalties from that. The royalties he's been getting all these years is the money he's been using to pay people to keep quiet and to keep further molesting these women. So his source of income should be cut off.
Well, maybe they're gonna do it. They probably gonna do a civil suit now, and then maybe all of that money will go towards the victims. I don't know.
Well, they already said he $2 million in the hole from legal fees now.
I can see that.
And he ain't been doing no concerts. He ain't been doing no tours, no book signings, no nothing since he been locked up.
I just want to know, what song are they gonna play at graduations now? Because it used to be, I Believe I Could Fly Forever.
Well, I don't know. Maybe what's the homie name? I can't even think of his name. Lupe Fiasco. He had a song called Kick Push. He was riding a skateboard in the video. Shit.
But that's what they're gonna play, Kick Push, in the place of I Believe I Could Fly.
Might as well, because he grounded. He is forever grounded. And I told you 3 months ago, I said, when he get convicted, I said he gonna kill himself. I told you
that. Well, okay, he just see. All right, you made that awkward. Let's go on to the next.
Hey, he can't handle it. He can't handle that. He can't handle that. He can't handle that. No.
Okay, Truth, you're our sports person. So what do you think about the NBAs? I see they calling out a couple of players who won't get the vaccine, so they won't be able to play. So what you thinking about that? And LeBron James says he is vaccinated, but he is not the spokesperson for vaccination, so he's not trying to encourage nobody to get it. He worried about himself, as always.
Right, which is a clever ploy, but bro, you are a spokesperson because you're one of the greatest athletes and basketball players to ever do it, and you made it public that you are now vaccinated. So, you know, but he saves face by saying, but you can do whatever you want to do with your own body, but I did the research and I got vaccinated. That's how he can save face. That's how he can straddle the fence. but when LeBron James talk, people listen. You know what I mean? But so there's that. But in retrospect to the, it's a couple prominent athletes. They're very good players, and they refuse to get vaccinated. And my thing is, although the NBA teams are part of an organization, they're all privately owned. And as a private run business entity, you have the right to mandate any employee being vaccinated. So
a lot of jobs are doing it, and my job is one of them.
There's that. So, if y'all don't want to do it, they said y'all not gonna play no home game. Y'all can only play in stadiums or arenas that don't have a mandated vaccination for their organization.
So I did see, it was like one guy, everybody been calling out because they were saying that he won't be able to play for this many games, and that's gonna cost the team the championship.
It's gonna be like 42 games because every NBA team plays 84 games. You play 42 home games, you play 42 away games, and then the playoffs start. So by them only, just say he played every away game, which is 42, that's not good enough to make the playoff in the Eastern or Western Conference.
It seemed like it'll mess up the rhythm. No, anyway, if we've been playing without him and then we get to like a game that he can get in or whatever, it just seemed like it'll mess up the rhythm and how y'all been practicing, because you got to be practicing without him if you don't think he's gonna be there.
I mean, well, not necessarily, because they still practice together every day. They still practice together every day. And there are scenarios to where you have to run as an NBA team, a professional franchise, to where your superstar is not on the floor. You know what I mean? But then there's a select amount of plays that you would run when he is on the floor. So, there's already a balance in place. Like the NBA been around forever. So they done pretty much seen every situation there is, but as a private owner, I'm like, yeah, either you're going to get vaccinated or you're not going to play X amount of games. By you not playing X amount of games, now, maybe or maybe not, you got a $20 million contract, maybe I can get 10 of that back. Right. So there's going to be some legal obligations too, because they can argue you're not living up to your contract because you are healthy, you see what I'm saying? But you're refusing to play. So it might be some kind of, clause in his contract or something like that to where, bro, you're going to have to give us back some of this money. You know what I mean? So
that's normally where you have to hit people at, is in their pockets, but to get people's attention, a lot of them you have to hit their pockets. So what do you think about that, Nene?
I feel like people have the right to make their own decisions. Just like, they're talking about healthcare workers taking jobs from healthcare workers, and I feel like that could possibly backfire on them. Okay, so what if the healthcare workers refuse to get vaccinated, and now in a time of need, these healthcare workers was there for y'all in the hospitals with all these COVID patients. Now all of a sudden you telling them that they need to be vaccinated and they don't feel comfortable. So I think that it could possibly backfire the pressure that they're trying to put on people, because at the end of the day, if you're a person that's vaccinated and you are preventing from getting COVID or preventing getting as ill as someone who isn't vaccinated, I don't understand what the issue is for people who aren't vaccinated. What's the concern? What's the big concern?
The concern is the employee getting sick, being able to spread it to others at the job where the job would have to close down. Them being around your patients could possibly spread it. So that's what that's what it would do, not getting it. And then you got to think of the downtime on, if you get it, than the downtime that it takes, you know, that you're off of work. So either way, it could be.
But the people who aren't vaccinated, so if if you can spread it to other people who aren't vaccinated, they've also made the choice not to get vaccinated as well as you. So, and most people right now in the hospitals have COVID. Because I've heard from friends that are working in the hospital that they're not even taking a lot of non-COVID patients. I mean, they may now, but they haven't been for a very long time.
Yeah, because they didn't want you know, people who, you know, to keep the other people safe from getting it. Yeah, they weren't.
And they didn't have the bed space too, because a lot of COVID patients are taking up beds. You know what I mean? But one thing I do know about the majority of the healthcare workers in the United States, they have been vaccinated, because a lot of them have seen firsthand the effects.
I've actually heard the opposite. I've actually heard the opposite, that the majority of healthcare workers are deciding not to get vaccinated. Like,
that might be in Texas, because Texas been acting like ain't nothing going on in Texas. They acting like it's like COVID ain't never happened. In Michigan at Spectrum, most of their employees got
it. And I think a lot,
and in Illinois too.
And you make a good point, because you're talking about a red state versus a blue state. In the red states, I mean, some of the blue states are going through it. Don't get me wrong, but the red states, they really catching it, because a lot of them was just refusing to just accept the fact that, like, wearing a mask can just limit this shit. We're not saying it's going to prevent it. The vaccine won't even prevent you from getting it. But if you have the vaccine, all they're saying is it's less likely that you'll require hospitalization, and it's highly likely that you won't die. That's all they're saying. Like, how?
And I think the unvaccinated people are just saying, let me make that decision. When I get in the car, if I decide to not wear my seatbelt, let me wear that. Let me make that decision for my life.
But don't you get a ticket if you get in your car and don't put your seatbelt on?
Yeah, you could get a ticket, but that's a decision for yourself that you've made. Just like the people that may lose their jobs because they're not vaccinated. That's just a decision that they've made for themselves. And to me, I just feel like it's so much tension behind being vaccinated and not vaccinated, and people are just divided by a line because of it. And I just feel like it's not that, I wouldn't say it's not that serious, but I don't feel like the world should be that bad. Like, if you got it, cool. If you didn't get it, cool. But I'm not about to sit here and just be like,
no, people. I know what you're talking about, because people get judged. It depends on what side you on. You feel like the people, you know, they go hard at each other. But I just wish a lot of that stuff nobody needs to know. Like, you don't need to get your vaccine and then post on Facebook that you got it with your card and all of that. You know what I mean? And if you're not going to get it, don't knock the people, because I've seen more people who haven't got it. They have more to say knocking the people that got it than, you know, the people who got it got something to say. So,
yeah,
that's the thing. It's all about keeping it to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong. Like, people who refuse to get it, like, I mean, I get it, because I didn't get mine until this past July, you know. So, but I like LeBron James said, like, I did some research, and, you know, and I spoke to people. I even spoke to you, Nick.
Yep, and I told you about the scientists I knew. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, and you know, and it was a progressive thing, but I didn't per se get it for me. I got it for the people around me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That I care about most. You know what I mean? Because both of my sister-in-laws, both of my brother's wives died from COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Both of my brother's wives.
Wow.
So, yeah, you know, and so I'm just like, I gotta be real. But on the flip side of that, like, I gotta have some faith too. You know, like, where's these people's faith in God? You know what I mean? Like, come on now. You know, because at the end of the day, this disease, this virus rather, it don't discriminate.
Right.
Yeah.
It don't.
That's true.
And I don't think nothing worse than them showing somebody who was like, that vaccine fake and all of that. Then the next clip be they wife or husband crying. Yeah, he didn't believe in it, and now he died of COVID. It's like, okay.
That's it. And I'm just like, you know, the average American doing all kinds of things that ain't healthy for him anyway. Whether it's smoking, drinking, eating fast food, like you putting a whole lot of poisons and toxins in your system already anyway. But I get the argument. I get the argument, especially in the Black community. You know, we sort of don't have a, you know, the government don't really have no good record when it, you know, come to us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
Right. So I give people hesitation, but my thing is, like, do your research. You know what I mean? I did my research. Do your research. You should always do your research on anything. Do your research, and then you just don't have to. It don't have to always be public knowledge. I don't know why we're in a time where soon somebody do something. It seems like when I look at Facebook, I be feeling like, man, am I the only one private these days? And I ended up reading an article this week, and it was really funny because they was just like, people expect so many applause from social media. That's the purpose of posting all of that stuff. Like, I don't need to know you got a new car. I don't need to know you got a new this. Like, people just don't keep stuff private no more. Keep your stuff private. Why everybody got to know? And then you be trying to act like you're not doing it for attention. You are doing it for attention.
You absolutely are. And you doing it for self-gratification, which is normal. But, you know, yeah, at the end of the day, like, yeah, a lot of this is for likes. You know, I see cats I scroll through all the time, you know, and see cats like, I was just with you, bro. Like, this ain't, like, what is you doing? Like, this not you. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like, you don't have a door on your refrigerator. You know what I mean? Like, and this cat was just posting how he was finna spend all this bread and this and that and all that and had all this bread. And I'm like, bro, I was just there, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta, like, to walk to the bathroom, like, you gotta jump because it's a hole in the floor.
Okay. We can go to the next. We can go to the next.
You know what I mean?
We can go to the next story. Okay. So I saw an interesting story. So we know that AJ Johnson passed away. And he was little what's his name? Ezekiel, from Friday.
Yeah.
So I saw a guy this week. Little video was kind of went viral, and I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy was just saying, like, you know, people have to be realistic and take care of themselves. And I had wrote it down because it was really good, because he said, your poor planning does not make an emergency for me. And he's talking about, which was kind of true, you know, this guy has passed away, no life insurance. So his wife does this GoFundMe, then she want to come back and holler out, yeah, everybody doing fake love, ain't nobody gave to the GoFundMe and I can't bury him. Why are you like he said, why are you guilting somebody into giving to your GoFundMe? And then he was saying, and better yet, why did AJ not have any insurance to put his wife in a situation where she got to embarrass herself to bed? That's his words, not mine.
Yeah, nah,
that's true.
That's very true. And I saw it last I knew, like, she had raised over 70 grand for the GoFundMe account. But the first time I heard about it, I'm like, GoFundMe account? Mm-hmm. What did this brother need to go? And then I got to digging a little deeper. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, he was on some BS. Like, you know, it is what it is. Rest in peace, homie. But bro, you should have been prepared because you knew the lifestyle that you was living.
Because that's what the guy was saying too. He said a lot of people meet these, you know, actors and stuff like that. And like he said, it is hard. He said, but you should never have so much pride that you don't take a job not acting to support your family and you. And a lot of jobs give you health insurance. I mean, give you, you know, option for life insurance. That was his point. Like, why are you out here trying to wait for the next acting thing when you ain't did no acting in 10 years? And then now she out here, like he said, she out here embarrassing herself, begging. And I don't even mind the begging. Just be humble about it. Don't come with no attitude. Y'all with this fake love, y'all fake and phony. Like, don't come at me like that. I need you to be humble if you want me to get you. I need you to come humble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. It's best to be prepared.
Right. The only person she should have called, in my opinion, is Ice Cube. That's it. That's all.
Yeah. And Cube would have broke her off. But I heard low key he had a drug habit. You know?
What?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
It's gonna come out.
Allegedly. Don't get this little trying to get this little podcast closed down.
Allegedly.
What?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Yeah.
But still, it's like he said, it's the lifestyle that you live in. If you live in that lifestyle, then make sure
he know that stuff can cause cardiac arrest that he was messing with. That's why I said the lifestyle that you was living, allegedly. So yeah, you should have had that in place, homie. You should have had that in place. You know, you allegedly messing with that BS that elevates your heart rate. You know, like, come on, man.
But I mean, it's just not even if that wouldn't have even happened. Life happens, and that was one of the points that the guy made. He was like, "We all know that we're not gonna be here forever, so everybody lose somebody every day, and people be surprised about it for different reasons. So if it's one thing that you should be planning for, it should be, you know, life insurance.
You got to be prepared, and then too." As African Americans, you know, or minorities in this country, that's the easiest way to leave some type of wealth to your children, is to have a decent life insurance policy. That's the easiest way.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, all right, it seems like we're in agreement with that. And then let me see which one I want to do. Okay. You guys see Will Smith in the news talking about him and Jada relationship. I think he released a book. So he said they don't have a traditional marriage. It seems like they have an open marriage, which I think has been rumored for years. No, the rumor was they were swingers and they always denied that. So does this mean they're not swingers? They just have an open relationship?
It means they in denial. That's all it means. That's all it means, you know, and you know, knowing what I know about, let's say, being a man, you know what I mean? She calling the shots. She calling the shots. Like, she living her best life. I'm not saying that he not, but she wear the pants in the relationship.
You think so?
And I do. And I think that she literally forced him in a corner because she's aware of some of his sexual tendencies. I believe that. That's what I believe.
Forced him in a corner. What do you mean by that?
Well, like she know too much. So she like, this how it's gonna be, Negro. And as long as you want to keep everything you be doing on the hush hush, what you think is a secret, but I know such and such, and I know about such and such and all that. And he was like, okay, we can stay married. I don't have no problem with that. We can keep all the money in the family and let Willow run around and act crazy. And then the other little dude looking all weird. We can do all that.
You know don't do the kids like that.
That's what I was just about to say. We just making some strides on Nikki B and Friends and the petty gang, and now we can be petty, but let's leave the kids.
Y'all both know them ain't normal kids. But anyway, I ain't gonna talk about them. But yeah, and he like, okay, and then he ain't like, okay, he like, okay. You know what I mean? Like,
Nene, what you think, Nene?
So honestly, I feel like if it works for them and it has been working for them for this many years, I say that's what's up. Like, you don't think it's been working for them?
Nah, I think it absolutely works for them.
I don't think so, because he does. In my opinion, it works for her. He doesn't seem that happy. It works for her, is what I honestly think. I bet she slept with more men than he slept with women.
Oh, for sure, because he like men too. But
don't do that mess. Allegedly.
Whatever.
So
you need to say allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Go ahead, Nene.
So there is actually a difference between swinging and an open marriage. Swinging is if you sleeping with somebody together and y'all going to parties and all of that. But an open marriage is, I can be with somebody else and you can be with somebody else, and we are together as a union.
Right. That's how she got in the entanglement.
Yeah, she got into the entanglement, but she ended up with a guy that basically got into his feelings, and she chose her marriage over the entanglement because
the guy she was in the entanglement is not bisexual, so she didn't have no leverage over him, but Lil Willie, he got in his feelings too. He got in his feelings over the situation because old boy was smashing her better than he could do. Matter of fact, they probably don't even have sex. I'm telling you, they probably don't. Allegedly, they don't even have sex.
What about you, Nikki B? What you think?
The marriage is a business arrangement.
Right. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like more of a business arrangement. I can't kind of put my hand on, where it come from. I do think that whenever now that he's talked about it, she had already had to talk about it. But it almost seems as if, and he actually confirmed it for me, because he said this was her ideal. She never wanted a traditional marriage. So I've always felt like this was her ideal, and that she was more for it, and he just kind of went along with it, is what it seemed like to me. It didn't seem like he would have initiated that. Like a lot of people would automatically be thinking like he initiated it. And I honestly think that, my opinion, that she probably enjoys it and probably has had way more partners than he has had, because that's what she wanted. And that's why she feels so comfortable going on places talking about all of these men so passionately.
Yeah, like Tupac. I feel like she still loves Tupac.
Oh, she does.
She do.
Every year on his birthday, she always bringing up a new poem or something.
Will tell you that she, was head over heels for Tupac. Who wasn't?
Okay, so do y'all think if she ended up with Tupac that she would be in an open marriage or open situation with him?
No.
And I do believe that certain people bring out certain things out of you. So with this person, you might want, that open relationship or open marriage, because it just fits with how things goes between the two. But with somebody else, it might not fit, or you might not want it. So I do believe in
okay,
that.
so do you guys think that, and this is just our opinion, this just us asking each other some questions. Do you guys think that Will was still sleeping with his ex-wife? That's why she was hanging with them so tough.
Nope. I don't think that. I think her and Jada was sleeping together.
Dude, no, you don't. Do you really?
Because y'all just
they've been married for so long. I don't even remember Will with his ex-wife. I don't even know who his ex-wife is, to be honest.
Listen,
they were the poster child for, blended families. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Her and Jada got together, had a conversation, and then everything worked out. And so she would go on trips with them. Jada mama loves her. She come to Thanksgiving. She do a lot of the cooking and stuff. And Will always says, that she was the love of his life. But she was the one who left Will because he was doing all this acting, was gone so much that she was just like, I don't want to do that. That's why I'm saying, do you think that he still was?
Nah. That's the Hollywood ending. You know what I mean? That's the Hollywood story, period. Because they in Hollywood. Bottom line, she left that brother because allegedly he wasn't sexually attracted to her. Again, he allegedly likes boys.
Stop saying that silly mess, dude.
I said allegedly. I'm keeping it real. This is why.
And the thing about it is, I've never heard that. I heard that Will was a ladies' man and was doing all of these ladies. I've never heard anybody.
That's a facade. Because she didn't even, the first wife didn't even talk about that in the divorce decree. She ain't say nothing about cheating. She was just like neglect. He's always gone and this and that. Yeah, she ain't dealing with you. But if he had all these other women, she would know about one or two.
But after August came out with that entanglement, Will did say something like Jada need to keep her dues in check.
That's what I'm saying. So
which I agree too. Like, if I agree with that if you're gonna be in this situation, why didn't he sign an NDA, and why didn't you keep him in check? He should not be.
It should definitely, if you're gonna be in that type of situation, it should definitely be some rules to that.
Listen, because they know he's soft. Like y'all said, if Tupac was alive, would she be with? Absolutely, because Tupac is hard. She know Will Smith a punk. She know it.
Why Will Smith gotta be a punk?
So she going, and some of the men that these are like masculine men. They more masculine than the cat she married to. So this is what I'm saying. This is what they know, low key. They're not gonna ruin his career because being with boys is what made his career.
Okay, so let's change the subject a little bit.
Allegedly, I'm telling you.
Could you guys see yourself in a relationship like that?
What, having another woman?
So this is
he irritates my whole soul. He said it like I sound like a fool leaving accident.
He's like, what you mean?
Of course.
So I think that so like in the dating world, you could be either in an open relationship, or you could be just like dating multiple people. And the difference is, you're going on dates with multiple people, but you feel the same about them, or nobody is higher than the other. But if you're in a relationship, if you're in an open relationship, you have an understanding with somebody, but you're still dating other men because you are not married. Would I be open to doing something like that? I feel like yes, because I am technically single until I am married. As far as an open marriage, I've never been married, so I can't really speak on if I would actually go through with something like that.
I've never been married, but I don't understand. What's the point of getting married to have an open relationship?
Stability.
Stay single.
Stability.
Yeah, I mean,
stability.
but at the same time, I do
Stability.
feel like there are couples that have been together for a long time, and at some point they want some. Like I know of a married couple that have been together for over 20 years, I think. And my friend told me it's her parents. She told me that her parents are in an open marriage. Her mom travels and sees her boo. And then the husband has his side chick, whatever, side person. And they are happily married. Like, and it works for them. So, for me, it's like, would I be like, no, I would never do that. It's like, maybe going into my marriage, no, I'm not trying to look into that. But, 20 years down the line, I can't say that I might not have one eye open and, be attracted and curious. So
well, I would say, like, I don't see the point of doing it, but I would say I would rather somebody give me that proposition than cheating. You know what I mean? All of that sneaking and all of that.
Yeah.
Like me, myself, I don't have time for all of that sneaking.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. Communication is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because too, you would want to know about the other person that they are interested in, because you want to know if that person is clean, if that person, gonna be on top of things, and what type of question it is. So it's definitely a conversation that needs to be had.
the question becomes like, when you're doing that, like, okay, so we talking about everyday people. We're not talking about Will and Jada. Because then Will and Jada, they got enough money to take care of everybody. Where does your money go when you in these type of relationships? Are you paying everybody bill? Or now you're not bringing as much to the house? That type of thing.
Right. Oh yeah, no, you can't be no average Joe. And that's a difference too. If you marry average Joe, it ain't
right. A rich dude approach you may be like, I think about it. Some dude scraping up and you gotta pay the light bill. Right. If you don't sit your broke ass down, because you can't afford me, yet alone somebody.
Right. No, this lady on the nephew Tommy, they did a prank call, and the lady was more mad that the dude was spending money on the girl that he was supposedly cheating with than him cheating. Like, he's supposed to be at work.
Right.
So I think that's very true. What about you?
Do you know the rules to that?
I mean, I'm saying my different experiences, and talking to people that, actually live a polygamous lifestyle. Like, each relationship is different. Like, it's supposed to be catered to the individuals. Like, for example, if I'm a man and, my wife is one profession, but, the other sister is another profession where she makes twice as much money. Well, the law of averages say I would have to contribute less to the household that makes the most money. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's different needs. It's a delicate balance, but
so some women are open to that, like your friends or people that like who have done it, because we had this conversation before.
Yeah,
they're okay with money going outside of the household. They know that come with it. They expect you to take care of people. That's my thing.
Well, I mean, it depends on the situation. Like, money goes outside the household for all kinds of reasons. You might have kids with another woman. So, you know, you have to account for that too. It's really no different. But on the flip side of that,
it is some difference than child support. That's a little bit different. Don't holler out, it ain't no different.
Well, I'm just saying, but it's still money that you have to account for, but it's not going to be a part of your household.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So, but then the opposite can be true too. Like if money is needed, okay, well, this sister make twice as much. You see what I'm saying? Like,
so now you're gonna ask this sister who you not married to, but she the other woman, you gonna ask her to contribute to the household to help you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that would be an option. Like, why would it not be? Because if she needed something, like I'm, you know, would be required to do my very best to try and provide it. So that's not a one-way street. You know what I mean? I do. It go both ways because, and then too, you're abreast of the situation in my household. Like this is not foreign to you, or if there's struggles or something like that, like you would already know about that because of the intimacy of the relationship. You know what I mean?
What about you, Nikki B?
Like I said, I would rather somebody have that conversation with me and give me the option before cheating on me. I don't think I could ever be in no relationship like that. I think that I'm like, and when I'm like in a relationship, like, I don't, you said what?
You too much. Yeah. You
right.
Too much.
Yeah. Like, I ain't never like sharing. I really don't want to share my husband. Like, that.
Okay, so what about on a dating?
Dating, you're dating. So that's, dating, you're dating. Unless you guys have a conversation where you say, we're only dating each other, then no, I believe you dating. So that means you could date who you want to date. Like, that's what you're doing. That's why you date.
But could you be in an open relationship with somebody that you're dating? So you like this person more and they're on this higher pedestal, but you date other men.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you do that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm dating.
Yeah, I mean,
like, don't get in your feelings that we both dating. Like, no, if you want something more, it's called marry me. Because I'm gonna do me because I'm single. I'm doing me.
And you know, dating is treacherous too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for a lot of people, like it's excruciating to be out here dating. So, you know, if you do happen to find somebody you connect with, okay, well, dang, you know, he happens to be married. It's like, okay, you know, now you got an option. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or you can keep spinning your wheels, so to speak. But then too, there's another way to look at the entire situation, and this is real talk. You know, you have to understand something too, that the idea that every woman is gonna have her own man, it's an illusion. Like it's a myth. Regardless of how beautiful of a woman you are or how much money you make, like we see this with celebrities all the time. It's not about the money. A man is always going to see something else that he desires.
Always.
I mean,
but you don't have to act on it because women will see that too. You don't always have to act on it.
No, you don't. But it's not in a woman's nature. You know what I mean? But it is it's in a man's nature to you know, like want to explore another woman.
So don't get married or have that conversation and be honest.
Women. Well, I'm not necessarily saying multiple women, but a lot of men don't know this until they have to go home to the same woman every day.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't realize that. And this is how a lot of extramarital relationships begin, because cats get into a routine and they're not used to that. Like, you can't just put a lion in a cage and expect it not to want to roam. You know what I mean? And then you have to look at it mathematically. Well, women outnumber men like 5 to 1 worldwide. You know what I mean? So it's mathematically impossible for every woman to have her man unless a man takes multiple women.
Well, maybe that's about to be a trend. You did see that one dude just got married to 2 women.
And if you're in a marriage, and because sometimes when people get married, people change. So I've heard that too. And what if you are with somebody, maybe they're not communicating with you, maybe they don't like to go on dates, or maybe there's something that's missing. Maybe it's not just sex, but it's just something that's missing that you feel that you need to fill that void with somebody else. So would you consider, you know, if you was the type that liked to travel and your significant other didn't like to travel and you wanted your significant other to travel with you, you know, oh, okay, I would like a travel companion, or I would like somebody that's going to go to the movies with me, but my significant other doesn't like to do that. My significant other is always busy working. I want somebody that's going to talk to me and have conversations with me. Is that something you would be open to?
I don't know, but it's interesting that you say that, because when Bill and Melinda Gates were going through their divorce, it ended up coming out that back when Bill Gates came up with the whole, what is he, Microsoft or whatever, came up with that, he wrote out that business plan with a lady who he was dating at the time, right? Married his wife, but put in the agreement that once a year he could go and spend a month with that lady, supposedly brainstorming and coming up with new business ideas. So she agreed. So all while they were married, he would go to that lady, him and that lady would go away together for a month to do whatever they was doing, brainstorming. But I don't know. I it just seems like,
yeah, he was getting some brain, all right.
Yeah, but I mean, Bill Gates. Would I be open with Bill Gates? Yeah. Most definitely. I would definitely. That's what you want, honey. Yeah. Okay.
But you know, like I done told my daughter, seriously, like, don't choose a mate because they have money, you know, and don't choose a mate because they have status. Like, choose a mate because of an internal connection.
And why did you tell them that? What did you end it with? Because they all gonna cheat on you? Because you seem to think that all being cheat. So do you end the conversation? But it don't matter who you get, they all gonna cheat on you.
No, I don't think all men cheat, but I would say, but when you say cheat, like I use that loosely, because a lot of men don't have to cheat, because a lot of men get caught cheating, but their women take them back. You know what I mean? So
I think that's why they do it. I don't think that there's any consequences, but that's a whole nother show, and it's time for us to wrap up this one.
Yeah, but you know, but sisters know too. It's a man shortage out here.
Okay, we'll have that discussion. It'll be a part 2 of this episode, so Truth can tell us what the men out there doing. Closing remarks, please.
My closing remark is be open in your relationships, friendships, marriages. And what I mean by open is communicating and saying what it is that you want and desire, even before it gets to marriage or before you build the friendship. But communication is key. That's what I'll end it with.
Truth.
Well, I'm just gonna say, you know, I'm not gonna even say that, because we still trying to keep it G.
Oh my God.
You know, but no, communication is very important in any relationship. And, you know, I just know that half of relationships fail because of infidelity. You know what I mean? And there's just a conversation that needs to be had, and especially in the Black community. Like, our ancestors actually practiced polygamy. It was a common thing, you know, because the women always outnumbered the men. So just in closing, you know, just, you know, we'll get back to it in part 2. That's all I got.
And my closing remarks start off with Truth seems like he's trying to recruit someone. So like he's trying to recruit somebody, talk somebody into it. I don't know. But yeah, y'all can inbox me if y'all want me to report on this information.
Your Trump got enough money to take care of both parties.
He got 2 jobs now. He better keep them 2 jobs with that money coming in. And it sounds like he might need some help. So if you making more money, he wants your money coming into the house. He wants your money coming into the household too. So if you're open to that, please send me a message on Facebook at Nikki Nikki B and Friends on Facebook.
Your resume.
Right. Yep. And I'll forward it on. I promise you. So
I'll take care of you. I promise you. I'll take care of you.
All right. So continue to listen to us. We appreciate you. Follow our Facebook page and get involved with the questions that I post out there. And I think that's it. Y'all got anything?
Did you have any advertisements?
No, I don't this week. I ain't even been trying. So
okay.
All right. Peace.
Gang, gang.
iPhone. One you done when I see